Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Bosch WTN83203 Condenser Dryer. What I want to do today is to show you around the dryer some of the features and benefits that it offers. Just before I start, I'm just going to pop a tape measure across it to show you the dimensions of it. So first of all, the width of it, you're looking at 60 centimetres or around 23.5 inches. The height of it, which should be pretty standard, 84.5 centimetres or just under 33.5 inches. And then the depth, so front to back, you're looking, so the installed depth, really you're looking to the front corner here at 58 centimetres or just under 23 inches. Or if you want to include the door as well, then really you're looking at 26 inches or around 66 centimetres. When you first turn the dryer on, you'll notice that you've got a really nice clear white LED display. Now this kind of display Bosch has been using for a couple of years now, and I must say it does go down very well with customers because it's nice and easy to read. You will find that there's a really good range of programs, and I just want to go around the dial and just show you some of the programs that the dryer offers. Now first of all, the dryer has got something called sensor dry. So what you'll find is that when you put the clothes in, you don't necessarily have to select a time like on some of the very basic, or I suppose older-fashioned tumble dryers from years ago. All you need to do is you need to select how dry you want it and almost the fabric that you're putting into the dryer. But I'll cover that a bit more as I go along. And the main advantage of sensor dry is it's actually taking the guesswork out of it for you. And what it will do is it will actually use sensors within the machine to detect the moisture level, and it will actually dry to a certain level that is required. Now the first program on here, the Cotton's Cupboard Dry Plus. With this one, this is designed for drying hard-wearing, heat-resistant fabrics made of cottons or linen. And the next program is pretty much the same. It's still the Cotton's Cupboard Dry, but it's just not going to be on for as long. As you can see, on this program it will take approximately 2.5 hours, and on that program around 2 hours 44 minutes. These are always approximate times, and it very much depends on the load that you put in and also how damp or moist all the clothes are. As you come around here, the next one is Iron Dry. So this is a really good program if you've got things like shirts or blouses in there, things that you don't want to dry fully, but what will happen is it will actually turn off and leave everything slightly damp. I just tend to find it works quite well. Putting things like shirts or t-shirts in on that program on the Iron Dry, it leaves everything slightly damp, and when it's finished, take them out, put them on a hanger, and to be honest, 9 times out of 10 I don't tend to need to iron. It's one of my bugbears. It's something I really hate doing. So if I can find an easy option like that program there, then I'm always going to go for it. Now these first 3 programs, you can put the full 8 kilogram capacity in. What you will find is quite a few of the programs around here are limited on what you can put in. So on this program, for example, the sportswear, and this is designed for drying self-drying sportswear made of performance fibres, microfibres or synthetics. As you can see, it's a much quicker program at 57 minutes, but really what Bosch is saying is that the maximum capacity that you can put in there is only 1.5 kilograms, so a much smaller load. What you will find is if you were to put a full load in there, so if you were to put the full 8 kilograms in there, it's not going to dry any quicker, it's not going to dry in 57 minutes, but all you'll find is it will extend the time according to how damp everything is and also the capacity. The next one on here, Allergy Plus. This is for drying hard-wearing, heat-resistant fabrics, again made of cotton or linen. And it's particularly suitable for people with strict hygiene requirements. So if you have got certain allergies, and if you need your tumble dryer to dry in a certain way to help get rid of things like nasty bugs, then this could be a really good program for you. The next one on here, this is the mixed load, and again this is for drying items made of cottons and synthetics, and that one has a maximum of 3 kilogram capacity. The next program on here is a really good one actually. This is the manually timed program, and this is the warm option as it says there. What you'll find, even though you've got sensor dry on there, sometimes you just want to put something in and you want to dry it not using the sensor. What you can find, sometimes if you put something in and if it's not all that damp, then the sensors might not pick it up, and what will happen is that the tumble dryer will just turn off after a couple of minutes, which sometimes can be a little bit frustrating. So I always like it where a machine has a manually timed option like this. And what you can do, so as standard it's selected at 30 minutes, pressing the program duration, you can just increase that it just goes up in 10-minute increments. The next one is basically the same as that, but it's just doing everything cold, so there will be no heat added to it. The next program on here is the Delicates. This has maximum capacity of up to 2 kilograms, and this is just for drying delicate items made of satin, synthetics or blended fabrics. The next program on here, Wool Finish. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, why do you want to tumble dry your woolens? They're just going to shrink. But with this program, this is designed for drying machine washable items made of wool or items that contain wool. And all that happens is it's just a really quick program. As you can see, it's only going to last for 6 minutes, and it has a maximum capacity of up to 0.5 kilograms, so it's a really small load. And all that happens is the woolen items become fluffier. It's not actually drying them. So that's a really good option actually. Next one on here is the Super Quick 40. And again, this is used for drying items made of synthetics, like cottons, and that one has a maximum capacity of up to 2 kilograms. Next one, Shirts 15. This is, I suppose, similar concept around here, but slightly different. Next program on here is called Shirts 15, and as it says, it's a 15-minute program, so it's a very quick program, and it's designed for mainly up to 1.5 kilogram capacity. Or what Bosch is saying is ideally around 5 shirts or 5 blouses, no more than that. And what this is designed to do is to dry shirts or blouses made of cotton, linen, synthetics or blended fabrics. The next 3 options are basically the same as around this side, but instead of the cottons, then this is designed for easy care items. So these are really for items made of synthetic materials or blended fabrics. But in principle, these 3 programs are the same as I explained for these 3 programs. Now I've covered the programs, then I just want to show you some of the options along the bottom here. The first one is called Drying Level, and if you press this, then it will increase the tumble dryer time of the program, and that really depends on how dry you want everything. Now I know I've explained about the differences here, but sometimes it might not get everything as dry as you want it. So Bosch have enabled you to extend the time of the program, which is always really good. I mean, most of the time, I tend to find at home on the appliance I've got that I don't need to use the drying level option, because as standard that is normally more than good enough. The next one, program duration, I've covered that. That was to do with the manually timed options at the bottom. Finishing is a time delay option. So if you've got things like economy 7, where you've got cheap electricity during the night, then what you can do is you can delay the finish time of the program. And that goes all the way up to 24 hours. I won't go all the way up there. But that can be really good. So if you were out for the day, for example, and if you wanted to just delay the start of the program, or if you wanted it to come on during the night or when you're out, then it's good that you've got the flexibility. Reduced ironing is a great option, and what you'll find at the end of the program, the drum will rotate every now and then for up to 2 hours to help reduce the creasing of the clothes. Because what you don't want is you don't want to do the drying process and then everything to be sat there for a couple of hours. Then the next button is a low heat. So if you're tumble drying delicate fabrics, then you can enable the low heat option as well. Then the final button on the right hand side here is the start and reload. To open the door, it's nice and easy. You just got the large grip handle at the top left, pull that, and then the door opens basically 180 degrees, which is always good. As far as the porthole size, so you're looking at around 38 centimeters or around 15 inches. So it's a really good size considering the capacity of 8 kilograms. On the inside here, you've got the filter, and all you need to do is just pull that apart, take out any of the fluff or lint that accumulates in there over the drying process, and then pop the filter back in like that. Just at the bottom here, this is where the condenser unit itself is, and all you'll need to do is just to take that out, and then the condenser unit itself will pull out. And you've got a couple of options. You can either just get say a paintbrush or something and just take off the fluff or lint around the side, or personally I recommend just popping it in a bath or a shower, just giving it a rinse through just to make sure it's nice and clean, and then once you're done, then just pop it back in here. That pushes all the way back in. Make sure that that is located in there properly, and the blue tabs are pushed back up or down, and then you can shut the flap on the front. Being a condenser dryer, obviously you're going to need to empty the water from the machine at some point. It's nice and easy. Just pull the dryer out here, and then all you need to do is go over to a sink and empty it from the hole at the back. There is actually a second option rather than having to empty the water from here all the time, and that's by this kit. So this comes with it, and this is a drain hose, and I'll show you around the back in a moment where it attaches to. But all you need to do is to attach this into a water outlet. So if you've got it next to a washing machine, you can try and put it into the same waste outlet that you would put your washing machine into, then this could be a really good option. And all it does, it just saves you having to empty the water probably every 2 or 3 loads. I'll just show you around the back of the dryer. Not a lot to see, but first of all, you've got the mains cable that exits the machine at the top left here. Also, you have got this fluffy material on the back. Now, a common question we get asked is, should I leave it on or should I take it off? And the answer is to leave it on. Don't try and take it off. It's been put on there by Bosch themselves, so just leave it on. Just make sure that when you install the tumble dryer, you don't push it all the way back to the wall. You always want to allow a little bit of space between the wall and the back of the dryer. I did mention that I'll show you where to connect the drain hose. That's just at the bottom here. All you would do is you would just disconnect that and then connect the drain hose and put that into a suitable waste outlet. I'll just show you the energy label on here. As you can see, it's a B energy rating, and for a standard condenser tumble dryer like this one, then that is pretty good. You will find to get any more energy efficient, so to get into the A's and the A double pluses, really need to be looking into the realms of a heat pump tumble dryer. You will find at the bottom here you've got a little bit more information, things like capacity, but one of the more important ones I'd view is the noise level at 64 decibels. It's something that not many people tend to think about, how noisy is an appliance, but personally I always try and tell people to have a look at the noise level, because especially if you live in, say, an open plan apartment or flat, then what you don't want is to have a noisy appliance while you're trying to enjoy your evening. If you're thinking of purchasing one of these models, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Bosch WTN83203 Condenser Dryer. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube video, click subscribe, leave any comments below. I always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. If you've come here looking for a specific feature or something that I've not covered, then just put it as a question in the comments and I'll get back to you, because I've got this on display in our showroom. Also, if you have got a Bosch condenser dryer like this, let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.